Hello everybody and welcome back to Echocraft. I was told to be recording when I logged in next, so I did that. Let's go ahead and take a look at that clip and see what's been going on. Alright, nothing... Oh no. He's staring at me. This is... Oh no. Is that the only spot that he's at? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm really curious if he's been placed in other locations. I'm going to have to go look around and see if he's showing up anywhere else. Okay. What about down here? I mean, I suppose it would be really funny. Oh, it would have been really funny if it was on his face. What else do we got? We got the inn. Could be in the inn. Oh, no, he is in the inn. There he is. I mean, that's impressive map art. I'll give that to him. But, yeah. I was expecting something maybe slightly more chaotic. Yeah, so we got this. I'm gonna leave it for the moment, but yeah, I have some ideas of my own that I'd like to do. So I think I'm going to need to gather some resources and see about doing some more maps of my own. Well, I had been thinking prior to the Jack Black poster appearing in my base about doing a little prank of my own regarding maps. Now, Pizza beat me to it, and so I'm over here at Pizza's base showing what I did because I've already placed it all, and if you've watched his streams, you'll probably already know what I've done. But I just want to take a moment and look at this base. He does amazing work. I hope that I can make my base as pretty as what he's been doing with his. But let's take a look at what I've been up to. Now, he went and made a full-size Jack Black map, and that's committed. I have to admit that. I decided to go with something a little smaller. Very small. About 1 pixel in size. Yeah. I made teeny tiny tree heads, and I put them into one of 4 corners on the maps, and I made 128 of these, not counting the originals that I still have in case I want to make more. And I placed these around the base, and the best part is I didn't record any of it, so I can't tell you where they all are. And so all I got to say is, Pizza, if you're going to try and find these, good luck. But there are a few spots I think I can remember if I look around. That was one of them over in the garden, and then I think I had one, yes, right there. And man, these things are great because they're so tiny, and what we discovered when we were looking at it is doing these transparent map arts, it's a lot of fun. You can do a lot of things with them, like little teeny tiny decorations that you could hide in places. Like if you wanted rivets on the side of a trap door, you could put rivets on the side of a trap door with these things. It's great. And all you have to do to get it centered on a trap door, I found, is count up about 8 blocks from the edges, leave those blank, and then the next 8 blocks will be the center of the trapdoor. And so then you have another 8 blocks that you just are going to leave. And there you go. You will have centered yourself on a trapdoor when you place the map art. And really all I can remember is I place these things everywhere. I just can't remember where everywhere is. So yeah, I know there's some. No, there should be some that direction. There should be some that direction. There, everywhere for sure. I even decided because he didn't have his shop stocked when I went to go buy something, that I also needed to leave some hiding in his shops. So I'm going to head to the shopping district, and I'll show you one more on my way. And that one is actually not that far, but we only have a moment. It's right up there. And of course, we couldn't leave it alone from there either. We did have to put a few around here, like up there. And I think I got one more somewhere. I think, unless you found it already and moved it. Oh, no, there it is. Right there. Look at that little guy. Yep, Pizza's going to be finding tree everywhere. Now, I didn't just want to spam these all over the shopping district because I really wanted to just kind of make them special for Pizza. So I believe I've got at least, oh, there's a little guy right there. Isn't he cute? So I've got a few hiding in the shops. Now, this isn't the shop that I was trying to buy something at. That's actually stocked, which is good. No, you see, I ran out of food, and I haven't been buying a lot of food all at once. I just kind of come over here when I need it, and we'll see if this is still out of stock. Oh no, he's finally got some pizza slices. But when I was in here the other day, there was no pizza. So I had to get my own food, which I don't think I've had to do since I joined the SMP. I've been eating pizza. And now I have steak, which I can't complain. I like steak. Don't get me wrong. I like steak. But now I feel like I'm just going to have to try and provide my own food, since there was a moment where this was not stocked. Just not acceptable. Now, well, Pizza has definitely been doing well in his shops. Mine, well, I'm guessing nobody's really... Oh, hey, I actually sold something. I made money. How about that? I hadn't sold anything previously, but now I have money from a shop. So I got 2 there. No. That's fine. Oh, sold one of those. How about that? I really do need to make some more maps, though. Something a little less pranky, like tree heads, and maybe something a little more useful. Or maybe I should make everybody else's head as well. That could be a lot of fun, although that means I have to have a large variety of blocks, and I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. Unless maybe somebody asks me to. Anyway, let's head back to the base. Now, since the time in which I did my intro and I showed you me logging in and seeing Jack Black on my wall, you can see he's gone. But the reason that is because Pizza started a competition of finding all the Jack Blacks. Now, I have not been on enough in order to participate in this, so I've let everybody else kind of run around and get things. And yeah, so that one's gone. There was another one that was hiding like over there behind that banner. And I wonder if anybody made it back. Nope. However, I'm pretty sure as soon as somebody sees my video, they're going to come and get these because they're hidden. But I closed those. He had them open originally, and I'm like, that's not good. So I closed them. Anyway, So what I've been working on over here for the little bit that I've been playing, I've just not been on enough lately, which is mostly my fault. I have kind of cleaned out this area here. Now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to build up some terraces so that I can plant wheat here and also hide water underneath so that the fields are hydrated. And then this section here, I kind of left rocky. I feel like I'm going to need to put some different textures in here to make these look like multiple boulders versus one big solid piece. But here I think I want to do like a spring bubbling up from the ground, filling this area, and then trickling out and going over there. And that's how we're going to fill up that. Now, as far as this big wall, and the reason I exposed it in the first place, on top of this farm being here, I'm kind of thinking I want to build a structure that goes into the ground, maybe a science or research facility. I'm not sure, but basically what I'm trying to think is I want to put like a big window here and maybe some angled windows off on the sides, and then build out the ground on top, and then the mansion will take over that section there. But down here would have been a research facility of some kind, I think. And that's actually the area where I would like to put additional things for my base, kind of like my area. Whether we get to a whole lot of that or not, I have no idea. But that's the general idea of what I'm thinking there, is to build that up and out and then have that go down and into the mountain and into all those lush caves that are hiding down beneath. Now, as far as the farm, I have not finished decorating any of this yet. Still empty. I think I showed that off in the last episode, maybe, hopefully. But there are some other things that I need to take care of. Some very specific things to take care of. And I have some ideas. So what I'm going to do is do a little preparing. And I think it's time for that little guy to go visit somebody else. And there we go. Just like that, we have moved Weaselstorm and turned him into Farmer Weaselstorm. Now, I decided to give him a different outfit because of where I wanted to place him here among all this wheat, all this lovely, just tons and tons of wheat that are growing here. I thought he would fit in nicely, especially with the bibs there and or overalls, depending on what you really want to call them. He got a nice little piece of wheat sticking out of his mouth there. Yeah, I thought that was good. And I hope that Pokey ends up liking this too. Not to mention, I hope that Weasel likes it. Because, you know, it's his likeness. It was his statue. And here I am just changing it. But there we go. We're going to stick with this and see what everybody thinks. Alrighty, well, pranks are all fun and good, and getting things moved around and cleaning up my base a little bit, that's all well and good, but I do want to get back into doing some buildings as well. So, that being said, I have started building a post office. So, this kind of mailbox look here, this is from one of Grian's videos. So just that's where I saw it, and then I'm like, that's a good idea to kind of designate where the post box is or post office is going to be. So it's here kind of towards the entrance of my base, so that if anybody wanted to drop off any mail for me, they should be able to just come in here. And I'll probably try and label these and have one that's actually meant for me. Maybe do some redstone on the backside to kind of say, hey, there's something in there. Let's light a beacon or something so that I can see, oh, hey, there's something for me to check. But this is basically the design I came up with. I started off just putting in a foundation here, just kind of roughing it, guessing how big it should be. And I wanted to leave a opening here so that I could put some sort of lifting mechanism, a crane, or just a lift maybe. Maybe I'll put some chains and some grindstones to make it look like gears, and then just put a lift down there with a few things on it so it would come up and deliver large packages that would come in by boat. So I'll need to do a dock down here at some point with a path leading up to this. I'll just go down here. This lower section here, probably dig some of that out, get that all cleaned up. But that's kind of the idea here, is that packages would come in and go to the post office, and people living on the island would then be able to get their mail. Once I had this little platform in, then I put down some walls, trying to get the general shape. I wanted to leave a section over here, which I'm going to wall this off and probably put some iron bars or something. And then this will be like where packages are stored outside. Put maybe an awning over here, covering it. And basically this whole wooden dock section you shouldn't be able to get to unless you go through the post office. And then on this side, this is going to be blocked off too. There will be fences going up and then along here, along the back, and up to the other side. But this is basically just so that, if somebody were here, they could clean the windows or whatnot, not have to put themselves in a dangerous situation hanging out over the dock below. So that's kind of the thought here. And then a double door here. This should be a counter with maybe a trap door to allow employees back, and then a double door here as well. So that's basically what it's going to be. And I wanted to make it look a little, I want to say grungier. So I'm using tough bricks, and I'm going to play around with those a little bit and see if I can get the look that I'm going for. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get that finished up in this video. I just wanted to get it laid out and see how that was going to look. But I think that's going to work. And I'll have to work on a path going down here to the dock. It'll probably have to be fairly steep, which isn't ideal, but the slope here is not going to work with me unless I wanted to go way out into the water, which I don't. Other than that, at some point I'll probably have to move this beacon. And earlier in the video, I showed you a spot where there were a couple of Jack Black Steve posters hanging. And unsurprisingly, because it takes me so long to get this stuff recorded, balancing it out with other life stuff, those have disappeared. So those are not there. So sorry, Echoes. If you were hoping to get those, they're already gone. Somebody beat you to it. What I want to keep doing is try and lay out more buildings, maybe try and fix that tree a little bit where the portal is, and then continue shaping the landscape over here, maybe get the wheat field actually in place, as well as get the pool down there lined with stone so that I can get the water in as well. And basically just try and start shaping stuff up, get a look for it, maybe start getting to what I was discussing about the underground facility that would be visible here, large windows here, going into the underside of the island where all the lush cave and stuff is. So definitely got plenty of stuff to work on. I just need to take the time to start it and keep it going. So yeah. There was one other thing that I want to do, because as I was editing the video, I noticed I wasn't happy with one of the changes that I made to the Weasel Storm statue, I noticed that I put the buttons a little bit lower than they should have been. I wasn't thinking about it logically, and I need to move those up. So I'm going to go fix those, but I'm going to need to take some dirt or something with me. So let me grab that, and then let's pop over there and see if I even have any dirt. I mean, I've got 18 pieces here. I know where it is. I have to go get it. Anyway, I'm going to go grab some dirt, and then we'll head over there and fix that statue and take one more look at that. All right, so here we are back at the statue, and hopefully I didn't just... Okay, looks like I'm good. So yeah, those two buttons there are about 3 blocks too low. So I'm going to take them, hopefully not trample any weight. I'm going to take those 2 buttons and I'm going to move them up to the top here. And I think that's going to look a lot better. But we don't want to have to replant. Well, hey, I got seeds. We don't really want to have to replant anything. So let's just pillar up and we can get over there real quick and change out those buttons. Block of iron. And then we just put those back in place. So that should be all right. The strap's hanging down a little bit further. That's normal, but the buttons are usually at the top of this little piece of fabric here. Otherwise, it's not actually being held properly. And that's why it was bugging me. So let's go ahead and get this. Did that just go? Of course it did. Everything's going to be like that. All right. Let's get this last one in play. Well, I mean, I guess that's one way to the top. Okay. And 2 more. And then that goes there. All right. I think that's going to make me happier. Let's do a quick fly around and we'll see what that looks like. Should be good though. Yeah, I think that looks better. I think those buttons are better placed. Yeah. Now, if only the sun weren't on the wrong side of the statue at the moment, but I'm happy with that change. That makes me happy. Let's go back to my base. Well, I think that will just about do it for this video. I don't want to spend too much more time trying to get this out. It has been a while since I got the last one out, and I do apologize for that, but I'm still working on learning how to do this all properly. But what I do want to say is thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you have enjoyed it, please give it a like, maybe leave a comment. And if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much, everybody. Goodbye. There's one. So teeny tiny, just everywhere. Peekaboo. Yep, they fit everywhere. You know, I have to admit that's probably one of the hardest ones to see right there. But there he is. I do wonder how many of these he's actually going to find, and if he's going to take them down or just leave them there.